more than 190 countries. They're our neighbors and coworkers and an essential part of the fabric that makes us the greatest city in the world. My office helps immigrants make New York City their home. In the wake of Hurricane Sandy, we continue to work to make sure that immigrant communities affected by the storm have access to services that will help them recover and rebuild their lives. To learn more, visit nyc.gov or contact 311.
You're listening to Radio NYC.
Hello, this is Allison Tachi, President of City Parks Foundation. This month, we're asking you to give back to your neighborhood parks and playgrounds on It's My Park Day. Hosted by Partnerships for Parks, It's My Park Day is a public-private partnership that brings together thousands of New Yorkers to rake, plant, clean, and paint in parks across the city. Events begin on May 4th and continue throughout the month. Visit nyc.gov to find out how you can get involved in It's My Park Day and other volunteer activities all year long.
Brooklyn Bridge Park keeps getting better. Hi, I'm Regina Meyer, president of Brooklyn Bridge Park, and we're thrilled to welcome visitors to the brand new Pier 5. Come play on our 5-acre sports field, barbecue on grills at the Picnic Peninsula, or take in the breathtaking views of Lower Manhattan from the Promenade. There's more to come later this year when the Pier 2 sports courts make their debut. Check out brooklynbridgepark.org or call 311 for further information. Can't wait to see you at the park.
Hola, yo soy Adrienne Bailón. Tener una identificación oficial puede ser clave para tu éxito. ¿Quieres abrir una cuenta bancaria? ¿Solicitar un trabajo? Vas a necesitar una identificación oficial para hacer cualquiera de estas cosas. Puedes conseguir una identificación estatal para no...
Councilwoman, you coming up here with me? Hello, everyone. This is Councilwoman Margaret Chen, if you don't know her. And I'm the mayor for another 69 days. Before us today is introductory number 398, sponsored at the request of our administration by council members Recchia, Cabrera, and Gennaro. Introductory number 598 establishes the Soho Business Improvement District in Manhattan. Business improvement districts, also known as BIDs, are voluntarily formed community organizations that promote business development and improve the quality of life in neighborhoods across the city. The Soho BID will serve more than 135 retail establishments along Broadway between Houston and Canal Streets, and will work to promote and support the artistic, architectural, cultural, and historic landmarks that contribute to the identity and character of the district and the Soho community at large. The BID's annual operating budget is $550,000, which will support sanitation and snow removal services, pedestrian and public safety services, and capital improvement projects. The Soho BID marks the city's 68th BID and the 24th created under our administration, 20 of which are located in boroughs outside of Manhattan. BIDs provide maintenance and sanitation services, security services, marketing and promotion of local businesses, holiday lighting, economic development, beautification, and landscaping. Who can argue with that? The services that was not in my script. I just had that. The services provided to the community are essential to ensuring that small businesses and the neighborhoods in which they operate are given every opportunity to succeed. And I would like to thank the Small Business Services Commissioner, Rob Walsh, who's just joined us, and his staff for their role in establishing these BIDs. In particular, I would like to thank Eddie Ng, Director of the BID Management Program, who helped create 48 of the city's 68 BIDs, and who recently retired after an illustrious 26-year career. I also want to acknowledge the important contributions of the members of the Soho BID Steering Committee and the City Council. And we're going to turn this over to our commissioner, who presumably would like to say something, which is why you're here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You could talk for an hour and a half. Get back to me. Call me when you're done.
He knows I could do that, but I'd be in a lot of trouble with 69 days left. Mayor, I want to thank you. I met with the mayor 12 years ago, almost to the day, where he said we're going to grow the BIDs in this city again and re-energize them, and that's what we did. And there's a number of staff here. You mentioned Eddie Yang, who's sitting in the second row. When I met him, he had a lot of hair. And I guess after,
so did I.
After 24 years, he did a tremendous job. But to the rest of the staff, led by Elizabeth De Leon Bargava, our deputy commissioner, who worked with the councilwoman and councilwoman. If it wasn't for you, this would not have been done. You worked with the staff, with Brian and Emily and so many other people who were steadfast in sticking with this. And this is going to make a tremendous difference. Anyone that has gone up and down Broadway from Houston down to Canal, you can see we have our work cut out for us. But we're going to shine it up. We're going to clean it up. This is a great district. We're seeing more small businesses and quality retail and residents getting involved. And bids have worked wonders. So for those
Let me
who
ask you something.
Yeah.
Why, when I drive down Broadway, that stretch, is there early in the morning a lot of trash on the streets? It's the only part of Broadway where I see
because they do not have a business improvement district. Okay. Because they don't have and this will make a difference. And the graffiti that you see on the gates will be all gone. Now the challenge is getting it up and running. With that, I want to thank you, Mayor.
Good. Margaret, would you like to say something?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. You know, everyone knows Soho is one of the most vibrant neighborhoods in New York City, home to pioneering resident, artists, businesses that come together to create a hub of culture and commerce, attracting visitors from all around the world. While we welcome the visitors, Mayor, you know, when you're talking about all the garbage that's on the street, the wear and tear on our street is undeniable. Now, the Soho Broadway bid is the answer to this need, to keep Broadway between Houston and Canal Street litter-free for the resident who lives around there and for businesses that made this neighborhood a lively place that is today. Now, this bid is a product of 3 years, Mayor, 3 years of cooperation, compromises by, you know, the businesses, the property owner, the residents, and it has evolved over time to a bid like no other, okay? For the first time in history, this bid, 50% of the board will be composed of residential property owner and 50% will be composed of commercial property owners. This unique partnership will ensure that this bid will serve the needs and interests of everyone that calls Soho Broadway, this area, home. The Soho Broadway bid is a proposal that we all can be proud of. It is proved that when a community comes together to the table and willing to listen, compromise, and above all, cooperate, that we can find solution that works in the real world. And I look forward to seeing the fruits of our hard work benefit the people who live, work, and visit this neighborhood for years to come. And I really want to thank, you know, the steering committee, Brian and everyone who serve on the steering committee for really coming together and willing to compromise and listen. And I know that we have all these back and forth, but I think what we come, the product that we got at the end is really historic. I also want to thank all the residents, especially a lot of people who live in the co-ops and the condos, and also our residential regular tenants there, for really working with us and making sure that the pioneers who helped build up this neighborhood are not forgotten. That we have to let people know that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of tenants and residents that lives in that neighborhood. And I also wanted to especially thank our speaker, Quinn, for her support, and Council Member Dominic Recchia, who's the chair of the Finance Committee. Him, along with myself, we met with both sides. We met with the people in the opposition. We met with the steering committee. And he was so supportive along the way, especially his legal counsel, which I see here, Tanisha Edward, really helped us, you know, craft this thing together. And also the Department of Small Business Services, Commissioner Walls, but Elizabeth, all that phone call helps. And of course, Eddie, you know, you retire, but this was the last one. You say, Margaret, make sure this happened before I retire. So we did. So really want to thank everyone for putting this together and working with us. And also, of course, my staff, Matt Vigiano. I mean, this is the second bid that we worked through. First the Chinatown bid, and now the Soho Broadway bid. So I just want to congratulate everyone on your effort, and I really look forward to the cleaner days on Broadway between Houston and Canal. Thank you.
Thank you. There are two people who've signed up. Two people who signed up to speak: Richard Benenson and Brian Steinwalter. Gentlemen, help yourselves.
4 years that we worked on this, Mayor, and I want to tell you, beside the council person and everyone else, I want to particularly thank the Small Business Administration. They did a wonderful job in supporting us, and particularly Eddie Yang, who everybody has mentioned a million times. He has been wonderful, supportive, steered us when we were going in the wrong direction. And I just want to say that your administration has been terrific in working with us. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm Brian Steinwurzel, I'm the co-chair of the steering committee. It's been a long time since we sat in your living room, Henry, last, I think, summer of 2010, with a bunch of people that I'd never met before. And a lot of those people are here today. And it's been a long road. SPS, Margaret, every time we met and we said we need to push this forward, you said you need to do more outreach, and we listened to you. I think I've been in every single building on Broadway now. I've been in a lot of people's living rooms that I never expected to, and I appreciate that because we've met most of the people who live on Broadway. We've gotten to know most of the businesses on Broadway, and I'm proud that this bid has formed the way it has in a different manner than those before it, and one which I think will be more successful as a result. And I speak from a little bit of history. My grandfather was part of the committee that formed the first bid with Lou Rudin and a number of other people like that. And I'm proud to be here today with y'all. And I look forward to all the hard work that we have in front of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to add anything? If not, I will be happy to sign the bill.
Yeah, I mean, and some of the people, Brian, the folks that were instrumental in it.
Yeah, James, too. Don't worry. Where's Spencer? Yeah, no, let's say exactly what was that? No, you're fine. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay,